Hello, it's me. Welcome back to Pixie Woo. So if you haven't guessed already by the title of the video and by the way I said hello, today's makeup tutorial I'm going to do for you is of Adele. Loads and loads and loads of you have asked for the Adele makeup, and yes, she looks absolutely amazing, but it's no different makeup to how she's always worn. It may be different products. So those hardcore fans that have watched us for a long time, hate saying fans, but those people, subscribers that have watched for a long time, will have seen the Adele video I did way back. I'm going to do one for you again this time, but I'm going to try and use slightly more affordable products, and hopefully they won't be discontinued, because maybe in the old one some things have been discontinued. Adele does look amazing. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. Let me get started. I've already moisturised my skin. Oh yes, I have new hair. I have new red hair, ginger hair, auburn hair, whichever you want to call it. I love it though. I am going to use my Miracle Complexion Sponge. I've already damped it, and I'm going to use this Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid Foundation. Now we've got a course on this week, and the girls have been using this, girls and guys, but it's only girls on this one, have been using this foundation, and every time they've used it I've been like, oh my god, what's on her skin? It looks lovely. So that's what I'm going to use for this video. Colour I've got is Ivory. So I'm going to work that over the skin. Reason I've damped the sponge before is because it means the foundation doesn't get soaked into it. So the water has kind of gone into the sponge without the foundation doing that. So you may be thinking, why have you changed your hair that colour? One, because I've never been this colour before. Two, because I want to go back brunette. But I really wanted to be a redhead for a while first, because I think redhead is the way to be. I did it before I actually knew that, what's it called? I don't know, the colour was in fashion. Foundation all over the skin. I have then got Revlon Colour Stay Concealer. Now I picked this up. This is in the colour 02 Light Pale. I picked this up and thought that looks so yellow, it's not going to work. But then I put it on my hand and it is such a nice tone. So I'm going to use that under my eyes. It's also got great coverage under my eyes, around my nose, on my chin, and then work that in. I want a nice deluxe crease brush to blend that in. I can't believe how much drugstore makeup has come on. Now we don't call it drugstore in the UK, although actually we're becoming so close as a whole world. Now you pick up traits of wherever you kind of understand. But I got this from the chemist, High Street, and High Street makeup has come on so much. I'm so impressed. Used to be that I would never use anything from the High Street because it wouldn't last. But actually now they do foundations that are great for dry skin and for mature skin, and I'm dead chuffed about that. It's about time. That looks really good coverage. I'm dead impressed with that. Next, actually on the eyes I'm not really using much High Street stuff, because normally, or most stuff on the High Street is shimmery, and I want it to be slightly matter, although the first product I put on is completely contradicting it. But I've got this, this is a Estee Lauder paint pot, and it doesn't say the colour. Ivory Lace. And I'm going to use my finger and just push that over the lid first. Now I just want the shine to come through a little bit with the product that I use over the top, so I'm going to use a matte product over the top. But hopefully this slight shine will just shine through a little bit, because what Adele does is she has very matte makeup, but it does have a little shine just in the middle, because I'm looking in the mirror when I'm saying it. So I'm going to pop this on first, and if it doesn't shine through at the end, then I'll just pop a little bit more on right at the end. Now, so that's not cheap. And then I'm going to take this Becca palette, which also isn't affordable or high street, but it does have all the colours a girl could desire, or a guy could desire, to do an Adele look. So I'm going to start off with a Bold Metals 200 brush, and I'm going to take this flesh coloured tone. If you've got darker skin, you might want something like, did I bring it? Something like Texture or Arena, which is like that. You might want to start off with a colour like that. So I'm going to start off with this, and I'm going to work that all the way over the lid. Right the way over. Now this look is not for everyone. Adele has a lot of space between her eyelid and her brow, which means she can do the socket line. It's not going to be for everyone. Don't be downhearted if it doesn't work for you, but do give it a try. Right, I'm then going to take the second colour in this palette, and I'm going to take a Duo Fibre eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to work that in my socket bone. I wish I could use the new brush we've got coming out, but it's not out until January, so I can't. So what I'm going to do is just look back and let the brush do the work. Let the brush find the position. You see where it's slightly darker? We just want the brush to sit in there, and you're going to blend back and forth. The brush is going to do it for you. Now try and get this product to go higher than the crease, if that makes sense. So where it sits, you don't want to do it that way because it's going to go lower. You want to sit it in there, and then what's going to happen is this part of the brush is going to push into that socket, and this other side of the brush is going to blend. So just like that, and it will do the work for you. This Becca palette is called Ombre Nude Eye Palette. I feel like since I've coloured my hair, everything looks slightly warmer on me in tone. It's very strange. So I'm going to take that right around the eye. Brush is doing the majority of the work for me. It is a classic look. Now, what you want to do is when you're doing that cut crease, you don't want to go further than here with it. You don't want to bring it right the way down here because it's just going to make the eyes look a little bit droopy. You want to keep it in that section there. So about where the eye ends. I'm then going to go in with a darker colour. I'm probably going to use this second from end one. And the two colours will just work together really nicely. Now if you only have a base colour and a dark colour, then you can still do this look. It's just going to take a little bit longer because you're going to have to blend a little bit more. Then for eyeliner, I've got quite a few here. I have got a Rimmel one, which is a liquid one. I've then got a Bourjois one. What's that? A liquid as well. I might use them later. And then I have got two pen ones. One is Bourjois, one is Avon. I really like the look of this Avon one. I might give it a little go. The problem is Avon discontinues stuff. Avon really discontinues stuff quite regularly, and that annoys me because then, you know, you can't get it again. You might fall in love with something and then they don't do it anymore. Let's give it a go. I don't know if I can work with this shape, but we'll try. It's really jet black, which I like. I don't know how I feel about that liner. I kind of like it. Let me try the other one. Let me try, what else have I got? Let me try this Maybelline one. It's a Maybelline Fine Pen. Oh, that feels better. Just feels like I can be more accurate with it. So I need to go quite high here, especially with lashes on. It means you have to go that little bit higher. And she doesn't wing the eye out as much as she used to. When she's got her lashes on, you can just see the lashes and the liner on top. You can't see it winged out unless she looks down quite high in the middle. Right, for those of you that aren't great at black liner, here's a little trick. Get yourself a jet black eyeshadow and an angle brush and just run it over the top of the eyeliner. It just helps to smooth out any like awkward lines that are a bit jaggedy, but I also think it makes the liner look way nicer. I think it also makes the liner last on the eye better. Just going to get my B brow pencil. This one is from Superdrug and it's in the colour Cardamom Pod. Now I have to say I don't really like Adele's brows in this video, but you know, each to their own. I might be swayed when I've done them. And actually, when I'd done the whole makeup yesterday, because I've already filmed this video, I liked it. Oh, a bit of black under my eyes. I quite liked them. I didn't notice so much, but we will see. Let's do them again. They're kind of the same. They're kind of the same width all the way along. So, and they don't go up. They go kind of rounded. This new song of hers is just one of those songs that just sticks in your head. All I kept saying yesterday was, "Hello, it's me." It's so annoying. There's another bit in the video that really makes me cringe. There's a bit where she's standing by this lake and they've zoomed in on her face and she has to just keep doing this with her face. And sometimes Sam and I have to film for TV. And once you've done all your takes, they then go, okay, let's do noddies. And basically, noddies is so they can cut away and go to you, and you just sit there and you have to nod, like you're really listening, so that they have, if you're agreeing to something, because you normally do when you're filming, they can cut away to you agreeing and nodding, but you're just nodding with nothing. And in the video there's a bit where she's like singing and doing this, and it just makes me feel like they obviously said to her, we need you to sing, but we need to be able to see your hands. So it looks so uncomfortable that no one does that while they're singing. But really makes me laugh. Now you're going to watch that video and be like, oh God, yeah, I know what she means. You know, when someone points something out to you and they ruin it for you. I'm then going to take a little bit of texture, which is this one here. It's quite a warm colour. I need it to run through my brows because that's a bit flat, that brow at the moment. So I'm just going to run that over the brow just to warm it up a little bit. Brows done. Okay, I'm going to do mascara first. Now the mascara isn't a cheap, affordable one, but it is my favourite one, which is the YSL Volume FX. I love it. So I'm going to pop plenty of that on. I am going to put lashes on as well, because it wouldn't be an Adele makeup without lashes, would it? I'm then going to take a flesh tone liner. This one is Kiko. We were talking the other day about words we hate, and I've decided I really hate the word flesh. So horrible. We were discussing a lot of them I can't repeat, the words that we were discussing, but that was one of them. I hate that word. Well, that's one to add to it actually. We didn't mention flesh. Then we were saying what our favourite word is. I think my favourite word is decadent. So I'm just going to run flesh liner inside the eyes, still a little bit. I'm just going to get a Q-tip because there's a little bit of black where the black kind of transfers in there. I don't want that there. And then I'm going to take my Extended Play mascara and use that on the bottom lashes. I'm then going to go back to the skin. I've got this Becca, this is highlight and low light. High and low light perfecting palette. If I can open it, you can see I love this palette. It's well loved. You can get this one individually, which I should do really because I never use the highlight. I'm going to use a contour brush, Bold Metals contour brush. Now Adele likes to contour, and I think with this makeup it really works. So I'm just going to take that through the cheekbone to start off with. Now the cheekbone is from this little bit of cartilage in the ear, works all the way down to the corner of the eye. If you go any further than that, it makes the face not look right, it makes it go in too much. So just take that down there. Now also, contouring is different for every shape face. Now it suits Kim Kardashian, she's got an oval shaped face. So she can contour here, she can contour here, she can contour down her nose, she can contour her chin. But different people have different shaped face. If you've got a heart-shaped face, then you're going to contour just this area here because you want to make that dip in. If you have a square jaw, then you might want to contour just here and here to bring the jaw round. So contour isn't for everyone, and do remember contour is quite aging. So it's to make the skin, it's to make it look sunken in a little bit. So subtlety is the key. I'm not completely against contour, I just want people to know how to do it properly, and I think sometimes you're only shown how to do it on one shaped face, and that doesn't work for everyone. And I like to take it a bit around my hairline, just so it doesn't look like I've just got a line down my cheek. Then I'm going to take my, oh, that was a Becca product as well. I'm not kept very well to the old High Street that I said, have I? And then I'm going to take a MAC Studio Fix powder, and I'm going to powder my face. I like this powder because it gives a really good coverage. So your skin looks absolutely flawless. Then I'm going to go in with the bronzer. This is a Dahlia one. I'm just going to run that to bring out the cheekbones a bit more, because where I've put the powder over it, it's disguised it a little bit. And Adele likes the cheekbones to stand up, out. Now, you can get the Sleek Duo Contour and Highlighter, and they will do the job of these two products that I'm using, the Delilah and the highlighter that I'm using. This one is by MAC and it's called Delightful. I'm just going to take that on the top of my cheekbones. Now, I normally use Hush by MAC Cream Colour Base, but I'm using this purely because I know I always use Hush. So I'm trying to use something different so that it's not always the same. Take that through my brow bone a bit. Right, I'm then going to move on to lip. I'm going to take a little bit of my, you can see this as well, love, my L'Oreal lip liner in Beige and Nude, number 630. I'm going to colour my whole lip in with that. I'm then going to take a little bit of my brow pencil and just draw around my lips a tiny bit to make mine a little bit fuller. This one is Shrumure Hard number 9 in Seal Brown. The reason I love this one for this is because it's very, very hard. It's hard to get anything from it, which means it's great for making the lips look fuller because you're not going to go too heavy-handed with it. Lovely. And then I have got a couple of Kate Moss Rimmel ones. I don't think any of them are the right colour. So I think I'm going to use this Olivia Palermo in Praline. Lastly, for the lashes, I've got 2 pairs of Eyelure lashes and I'm going to stick them together. So I've stuck the 2 lashes together with a little bit of lash glue. Then I'm going to look down and pop them on. So that's the makeup as she does it throughout most of the video. There is one bit where the makeup gets a tiny bit more vampy, not much. And if you've ever been on a photo shoot or filming a video, they have to do the makeup so it develops. So basically, in one scene she has her hair a bit wet back, which is the same hair as she's had throughout, and then they add a bit of black under the eyes and inside the waterline, and they go a bit more on the eye. And it's really, really simple, so I'm going to show you how you can adapt this look. So the makeup becomes a tiny bit vampier, and she gets a black liner, or the makeup artist would have got a black liner and taken that inside the waterline. So it's already made those eyes look a little bit more sultry. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the darker brown with an accent brush and just run that under the eye, pretty close to the waterline. So it's just making that look a little bit more vampy. And then all that happens is the darkest eyeshadow is just taken through here a little bit more. And winged out a tiny bit more. So just keep building with that. Check that they join. I'm going to take a little bit of the black eyeshadow that I used over the liner and use that under the eye a bit as well. I'm using the little accent brush. Take what black is left on that brush and work that through there. And that's basically how the makeup artist would have really vamped up the look in literally no time. And when you're on a photo shoot, you literally have no time. So there you have the finished look with the vamped up look as well. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. I'd love to see a recreation. So if you recreate it, Instagram me, NixiePixie1, and I would love to see it. Take care. See you next time. If you don't subscribe, why don't you subscribe? It's actually quite tricky to subscribe, but they should change subscribe to follow or something, because it's free to subscribe. And actually, when you subscribe, you feel like you're paying something. You're not. It's free. And it's all about education on this channel anyway. Okay, so take care. We'll see you next time. Love you lots. And please do try the look. Take care. Bye.